Yeah, Duane, there are many what we call holy personalities who have passed through the earth. They've left all kinds of messages to uplift mankind. So, are you one of the holy personalities?
I've defined holy and divine many times in some of the groups, and that is that this holy idea really refers to holes in your aura, which the sacrificial religions created, the reptilians. That's what holy means. It doesn't mean something wonderful like people think. So what they do is they use this idea to make them think that it's that, and then they tap line them. And divine is dying on the vine. That's an old saying. Again, they've taken these ideas and disguised them, okay, to make them look good. It's like the governments of the world. What they've done is they've set up shop to make it look good as they control the public, that they're like the good guys, etc. Like on the series Star Trek that most people know about. Like they're the Federation and they're the good guys, and oh, we have the bad guys, which is the Klingons, which they've created too, and they play both sides, so people go to the good side, etc. So no, again, uh, the idea was I had a certain experience many years ago, and then from that I created the Numan idea, and I see it as just simply managing these what I'm presenting. That's all. So no, I don't have any reference to that at all. And these are people that refer to themselves like this. In other words, they like Harry on the stage, talking to the membership. He presents himself like that as the modern day prophet or holy man. Well, that's fine, or the Dalai Lama or the Pope or whatever. But these people are fronts, aren't they? They're bought off by the cabal, etc., to do their roles for the public, to get their attention, keep them dumbed down and tap line. No, we're not doing that. So again, I'm just management here. The new man is just management, and I have no references to any of that at all. My reference to life is pure sincerity. It's my personal view with this reality. But other than that, these references of the earth, no, not at all. Because again, they're all distorted. They're distortions that have been created to fool others. And again, anyone can learn to check it on the real side and ask Paul and Rebazar, the guides, or have certain experiences. Again, each person has to figure it out for themselves.
So, I was talking about the all natural environment at this life level, how it needs to be sustained through some physical actions and certain attitudes that we must adopt to be successful in this endeavor. So, what I want to ask is what we need to do on the unseen levels of life that, in order to be seen as supporting the all natural environment on those levels. To my mind, emphasis should be the emphasis should be on the physical level and maybe not on the unseen levels. So is the environment on those unseen levels under stress, like we have here on the physical level, uh, where the environment is under all kinds of stresses, pollutions, radiation, and all the like. So the all natural environment on the unseen levels, uh, is this environment under some stress or what? So, and what do we have to do now in order to be able to harmonize with this all natural environment? on the unseen levels of life. Duane?
Okay, so yes, if we just look at the physical, and it would seem as though that, oh, okay, it's just the physical, and for most people, I relate to that, etc., especially with getting the funding or what have you, simply because that's their focus. So I play along with that. And yes, it is that too. Okay, so people are, the basic idea is that, air, water, and the land, etc., food, what have you, it all equals some kind of survival here. But yes, there is a bigger picture in creation. The real universe is in the isness. It's all fine. All right. It's perfectly fine. But in creation, yes, through all the levels of creation, because we're in, just imagine, we're in this creative bubble is what we are. And there's many creations. There's endless creations. We happen to be in this one. All right. So we are in a place in life. We are in this particular creation. This isn't the only creation that there is, but this creation here, just like your house, eventually, if you don't clean it, it gets dirty. And through all the so-called levels, but all creation is the same. We've kind of created these different levels through the process of our experiences here. And so these things and these yugas and all these things have been created. They're just kind of, kind of, you know, the idea is that, oh, this is this and this is that, but really it's all the same thing, isn't it? It really is. And so, yeah, the unconscious part, in other words, the part that people don't see or put their attention to, is the bigger effect. And there's a good movie, it's called Forbidden Planet. It's a very good example of the unconscious mind and the unconscious effects of things. So the world controllers have gotten people to agree to distortion. And so even though it looks good, even though it seems to make sense, and, like technology as an example, it's all a mistake. It really is. It seems to be helpful and whatever, excuse me, and this supposedly justifies it, but actually it's adding to the demise of everything. And so as it gets more intense, it all gets worse. And so on the unconscious level, because there's agreement there, well, because everything is cause and effect, well, then what occurs is that effect according to the distortion that's agreed upon. And this is what is not seen. Yes, Charles, it's huge and it's not seen. And that is what is causing, as an example, the black holes in this so-called, we'll just say galaxy. We'll just pertain to ours. And there's almost endless galaxies in this particular creation. It goes on and on. How many billions or hundreds of billions or trillions? It's insurmountable, but just ours alone in our solar system. Look at the other planets. They're barren because they've already been robbed of everything. Now here's the Earth in this little solar system of 9 or 10 planets, whatever it is, okay, revolving around the sun, and it's struggling. And the aliens, some of them we're dealing with, they see this planet as dark, just totally dark and infected. But yet we stand out here, we go outside, and hey, like in Huntington Beach here, it's 70 degrees. It's a sunny day. It all looks good. Yeah. That's because it's the matrix. And so what are we seeing here? Are we seeing the real physical, or are we seeing cyberspace like in the movie, The Matrix? And so things have become so intertwined with technology. And this is where they can almost create any hologram or whatever to make it look good. So yes, there is a stress that is not recognized through creation at this time. And it's like we're on the Richter scale. I look at when I first came into this when I was young with Paul, and you might say those are the good old days. They were, but now it's really scary stuff because of the technology, and people are suffering from it. And the biggest thing is they don't see the unconscious effects of it And we'll just say through the other levels, astral, causal, mental, and etheric, especially because that's the unconscious, even more so than the Kalam God and all his agents, reptilian agents, etc. And they're the effect of it. They're causing it. They're caught in the middle, and that is that they're grappling to get what they want, but at the same time, they're promoting this deception, which envelops everybody. And this is very real. So those few that do recognize the real universe is in this position, well, this is where we're at because everything is imploding. It's like we're in shrink wrap here. It's very real. And because there's so much agreement to the distortion that has been created for everybody. It's a difference. It's what I use like the cowboys in Indian days. You know, the agreement wasn't as huge then. Well, up to now, you know, 250, 300 years later, the agreement is huge. And it's unconscious and it multiplies. It constantly becomes more so infected. See, what you're seeing is you're seeing your 9 to 5 job. You're seeing your personal life, and everything seems to be okay. Hold on. And so from your point of view, yeah, there are things happening in the world, and you see Africa, you have a relationship there, etc., and it's not good, etc. But actually it's a lot worse than you see. Yeah, because there's a lot more deception and distortion going on. It looks like things may, we get a new president in one of these countries that may help or whatever. No, it won't. They're all bought off. You know, do they relate to the true reality life is? Unless they do, no, I know it sounds bad, but no, they got nothing. They really got nothing because they keep agreeing. See, it's so easy to agree that, oh, we had a good day, we got this accomplished, the kids did their homework, oh, okay, we did something. Well, yeah, in a way you did, but overall, no. You just simply contributed to the distortion. But you don't see that, Charles, you see, and most people don't want to see it. The people that I grew up with in my relationships and my former wife and daughter and these people, etc., these people I've known. That's why I kept going because, you know, the boy showed me it's like they don't want to go any further. They just want to go to a certain point. They want to feel comfortable with the ideas they have, and that's all they want to see. So yes, it is hell and high water to recognize this and stand up and promote this aside from your personal self and your personal life, to take the risk for that, to figure it out is the biggest thing too. Yes, you can promote it, but have you really figured it out? So yes, this is where we're at. Yes, there's a bigger factor than you realize. You can be shown. So again, a hint is that, you know, at night when you see that blackness out there, okay, Charles, it shouldn't be black, but it is black because it's nothing. You see, that's the consciousness. It is black. And so what you've got here on Earth, you've got, you know, we're little tiny things, you know, walking around on this little ball here trying to survive. But the blackness is a lot bigger, isn't it? Well, that's the unconscious, okay, overlapping everything, and it's only getting blacker. So I'm trying to do something. This is a start to wake people up. And yeah, they need a little shock sometimes, because if they don't, well, then they're going to stay stuck here. And it gets very real because we're like on the Richter scale. It is multiplying because of the agreement. People won't give up their agreement to their distortions. That's the bottom line.